Alright everyone, it's the Week 13 review and the Week 14 preview of the Jugs and Nugs League. I gotta speed this up a little bit because I'm gonna hop a plane tomorrow morning at 6:40 to head to Florida. I gotta get up at the crack of ass, so this could be a little short version here. But it's the playoffs, isn't it? That's what's important. Everyone trying to get the last bit of spots that they need, points, titles up for grabs, buys up for grabs. But before we get into the review of the games, let's just see what's at stake here. First, Scooter needs, well, nothing. He's the #1 seed. He's got a bye, and he's awesome. Me, I've got the head of the division. Could get the #2 seed and another bye if I win and Jay loses, or Jay and I both win or lose and Jay scores a bucket of points. Jay's got a playoff spot, but we'll win the division with a win because Tommy needs 2 buckets of points to catch him if Jay were to lose and Tommy were to win. Todd, well, Todd's in no man's land. He's got the 4 seed. Tommy's pretty much got the 5th seed if he didn't have those 2 buckets of points to beat Jay with. So what does that leave? That leaves the 6th seed. And this one's highly contested, isn't it? Well, we've got Dave and Ed, who are separated only by 18 points in the standings. So either one of them wins and the other one loses. That would be good, unless they both lose and Johnny wins. In which case, well, then Johnny would get the 6th seed. Or they all lose, in which case Daryl would win, and with 8 buckets of points, could actually hop up all 3. What else is at stake? Well, how about the points title? Todd's 50 points or so behind Scott, who actually gets to play for something now if he can hold on to his lead. And what else is there? Oh yeah, last. Chris, right now, is in last, but maybe not for long, because he's got Joe tied with him, except Joe's got about 10 buckets of points over Chris. And then there's Sean. Sean, who is 1 game up on Chris, but has just got about as many points. So if Sean were to lose and Chris were to win, and Chris were to score a boatload of points, wink, Sean would be the worst team in the league. Unless, of course, Joe lost. That's about enough of that. Let's just get to the games already. Our first game sees Dave playing Daryl. This is the big one for Daryl. You gotta win this one if you're gonna have that miracle Hail Mary of getting to the playoffs. Daryl scored 95 points, mostly on another great day from D'Angelo Williams. However, it just wasn't enough. Dave implemented something Daryl used earlier this year, the wicked effing long touchdown pass. Specifically, Mr. Bernard Berrien, 99 yards. Let's see, some quick math. That's 9 for the yardage and 9 for the long touchdown. That's 18. And you lost by 15, 105-90. Yeah, that might have had something to do with it, huh? So what does that all mean? Well, Daryl, out. It also, unfortunately, even before he even got to his game, means Johnny, out. But Ed, still alive, and he was playing me. And we had a pretty balanced game going. Great games from the defenses. Wide receivers were pretty even. Running backs were pretty even. It's just one problem. Somebody forgot to tell Castle to play. Well, that sort of did Ed in, because I ended up getting him 95-84. So Ed out, Dave in. #6 seed for Dave. What does that mean for me? I won. Looking pretty good for the bye. Unless, of course, JJ brought those couple of buckets of points I was talking about. Let's see. Yes, this was in fact the game of the week between Todd and JJ. JJ now looking to get that bye from me. Well, I've already won, so let's see what JJ can do. He's got to win and come up really big with the points. Well, he actually did come up big with the points, in a way. 104 points. What did Todd do? Well, let's put it to you this way. His kicker got 17, and his tight end got 100 yards receiving. What do you think? I mean, all in all, this game was pretty even. Pretty even off the quarterbacks, good running backs for Todd, good wide receivers for JJ. But in the end, as I said, when your tight end and kicker are doing that, you're doing all right. And that's what Todd did. 111, 104. So no bye for JJ, but he pretty much had the division in the bag anyway. So JJ's the 3 seed, and as I said, Todd had that 4 seed all locked up. But was the 111 enough to get over Scott to get the points lead and some cold hard scuttle? So Scott's playing Chris, like he needed the win anyway. All he really wanted to do was maintain that 50 or so point lead over Todd so he can get some cash. Well, he was playing Chris. Not a big deal. Wasn't worried about him. Chris, on the other hand, would have needed this game big. More for pride, and not to be named something like cum guzzling donkey dicks. Anyway, what did Chris do? He decided to show up. Or more specifically, Jason Witten, Brian Westbrook, Marquise Colston, his defense, everybody showed up. Even Sage Rosenfeld was able to get a touchdown in there. 144 points for Chris. But what did Scott do? Scott got 75 in a game from the rest of his team. 75, 111, doesn't come out to 50 points difference there. So Scott gets the points title and some instant cash. But what did that mean for Chris? He won. Is he still in last place? Let's find out. So Chris needed a little help from his friends, or more specifically, friend. In this case, Tommy. And Sean, well, he needed a little help from his friends, known as Thomas Jones and Chris Johnson. Well, Sean's friends showed up, and Chris's didn't. Thomas Jones and Chris Johnson both put up about 70 points combined, which would have single-handedly beat Tommy's entire team. Sean takes this one, 107-63. What does that mean? Well, Sean isn't in last place. Chris still could be. However, we still got one game left. As it turns out, Chris had one more friend, John. Or, as we found out, he really didn't have a friend in John, because John showed up a lot less than Tommy showed up. Joe got enough points from his wide receivers just to get the job done. 90-53. So, guess what, Chris? Sean's going to be working overtime, coming up with all sorts of good names for you, kid. Last it is. So here's a rundown of the playoff seeds. Ass Clown's got the number 1 seed and a bye. Frisky Dingo has the number 2 seed and a bye. Long Duck Dong's got the number 3 seed, no bye, but they won the division. The Picks got the number 4 seed, probably the best number 4 seed ever. Our friend Charlene coming in with the number 5 seed. And everyone's favorite, the Manginas, with the 6 seed. So I finished the regular season in picks slightly above 500. What does that mean? Absolutely fucking nothing. So let's get to this week's picks, shall we? I've got Todd over Tommy, but barely. You see, Hillis is playing Kansas City, going to have a good game there. And Adai's playing Cincinnati, he's going to have a good game there. But on the other side, Adrian Peterson is playing Detroit. What do you think is going to happen? I also think Gonzo's going to go Gonzo. Yeah, anyway. And the Jetstees playing San Fran, so good times there for Todd. I see JJ over Dave. It's pretty evenly matched at running back versus wide receiver. I think the difference is going to be the Minnesota D. So watch out. Well, that's it for this week. Good luck in the playoffs, if you're in them. Anyway, I'll be on location next week. Can't tell you where, but I'll give you a hint. It's a small world.